Good evening, YouTubers. Welcome back to another video, day 7 of lockdown 2, new kitchen installation. I call it a DIY video, but it's not really DIY. I've had a bit of help on this here, there and everywhere, but this is where we are now. So today, everything that we did have on schedule, we did. There was no hiccups really, because there wasn't that much to do, to be honest. The majority of the works today were just to repaint everything. So the plaster did dry out by this morning. Here and there was a couple of damp spots, but we've got a couple of fan heaters still blowing just to try and dry it out just that little bit more. But in general, everything got painted, what needed to be painted. Didn't worry too much about this wall, that's a feature wall, or this wall, that's a feature wall, but we did give it a lick of paint just to get some of the moisture out of the fresh plaster. So fresh plaster paint went onto that, and then we gave it everything a good lick, and the ceilings of just standard matte finish, brilliant white paint. And it's come out pretty good, to be fair, can't complain. I'm not a painter or a decorator. I hate painting. I mean, when I say I hate it with a passion. Nothing worse in my life than having to run around with a brush or a roller and paint. I hate it. Just so you know, yes, I have had a couple of drinks, but I'm still compos mentis to do this video. That's the part that's going to be knocked out, so don't worry about that. Everything else, part of that, is going to be as you see it, bar the kitchen units. We checked that wall out this morning, it was okay, gave it a bit of a sanding down with whatever these Fandangle plasterers did yesterday, just to smooth these walls out. It's come up pretty good, to be fair, can't complain. We didn't get a plaster in, we couldn't get one, so we did something, I don't know what it is they did something to make those walls good, but that's being papered over anyway, so it's not a big deal. Put the base unit back in now, so we are now back in with a functioning kitchen. It's not as good as it went in the first time, there's a few gaps there, but considering it's a 20-year-old unit, no one's going to complain too much. The plumbing's back in, it's a bit ropey, but it's only got a few days life left in it, and that's all we really need. Could have got a spirit level on that, but we didn't bother because we're not using these. They're not actually drawers, they're fake drawers, so it doesn't really matter. We'll leave it there. So yeah, we've got running hot and cold water. I will do the washing up later, and I will clean all my brushes from today. I'm not going to go mental with it though, because tomorrow, depending on how it looks after it's fully dried out, I may give it all another coat. So pull all the lights out. They're going to be replaced for some nice brush rose gold or copper plated spots, as in through here as well. And once we've done that, we'll pull the two lights in that are above that lintel or below that lintel there. Other than that, that's all we really did today. It doesn't sound like much, but painting over fresh plaster is a bit of a killer. But we got it done. It's finished now. So we are now back on track for the delivery of the tiles on Thursday/Friday. I'm hoping they're going to come on Thursday, because if they do, then we can really get this motoring along, because I've got various other things coming towards the end of this week and next week. The faster ahead I can get at the game, the better. Nothing else really to say. Fish and chips tonight. I'm not going to bother replumbing the cooker back in. I cannot be bothered. So I've taken the easy option of binning all that off and just getting fish and chips from Steeple Claydon. Shout out to Jimmy and Roman for all the help this week. They pretty much did everything. Between us, we've done everything that needed to be done. We haven't had a lot of help. Plasterer maybe, and a few bits and bobs, but generally we've managed to knock all this out in 7 days. So we are now in a position, so you all know, I consider this now first fix ready. So we are first fix ready, which means the kitchen and floor is ready to go in. The matting is down, the kitchen is on order. There's nothing else really. Like I say, I may do another lick of paint tomorrow, but generally we are ready now for the floor and the kitchen. The floor comes Friday. We'll knock it out at the weekend, I think, within reason. Ready for the delivery of the kitchen the following day. If we can do that, great. If you're watching this, Paul, you may be going from floor tile fitter to kitchen fitter, depending where we are, given your selective week that you've given us. But one way or another, I'm sure you'll get around that. I'd rather just get ahead of the game. But no, all in all, not a bad 7 days. We've done pretty well, I think. Can't complain. But unfortunately, we've got to get back to work. We've got to go and earn some money to pay for all this. So stay tuned for the next video, which might be tomorrow. It might be a couple of days' time. Try and contain yourself. Email me, text me, WhatsApp me on the Google if you need to ask me any questions. The questions have been coming in thick and fast. I will answer them. I'll give you a couple of pointers now while we're at it, just so you know. If you are thinking of doing any painting, it does go out of date apparently, which I found out, which also is the same as plaster. Finished plaster, I pulled a few bags out of the garage from 2017. It goes out of date, it's no good, you've got to buy new stuff. And it's the same with paint. If you think of reapplying old paint, for the sake of a few quid, just go and buy some new buckets of paint. We did it with the old paint, it doesn't work very well. Even if you mix it with a bit of water, it is gash. So don't bother wasting your time on old plaster and old paint. Just go and get some fresh stuff. That's my only real given that I'm going to give you, really, for if you want to learn how to paint. Check it out on the Insta Google. There's loads of videos on there, and I don't want to teach anyone to suck eggs, but if you're into painting, I'm not. I did get through it today. I'm fine. I'm going to get over it. But as far as painting's concerned, it is not my bag. I don't like it. So, but that's just a point to note. If you're thinking about knocking out some paint with old paint, just get rid of it. Buy some new stuff. It's cheap enough. Stay tuned for the next video. Click a like and subscribe on the bell, and subscribe, because I think the way it's going at the moment, if I get another 150, maybe 150,000 views, I'm going to get a check from YouTube for this. And I'll probably give it to charity, to be honest. That's what I'm like. Not sure what charity yet, but all the good ones. We'll figure it out on the day. Have a good day or evening, and I will speak to everybody through the window. See you later.